another speed limit sign. You're killing me. That speed limit sign ruined everything. I'll just get ready to have a good time. That's one of the struggles of riding a VMAX. Too much horsepower, not enough speed limit. You have to be in the right area to have fun. I am not in the right area today. So I decided to take you down a different area. I haven't been this way, I don't believe, on a motovlog. For today's topic, I want to talk about something that I had experienced last year right after getting the VMAX. And it was something that I hadn't experienced before. So I thought I would share that with anybody out there that's maybe new to riding or maybe just getting back into riding. If you experience anything that I experienced, maybe this will be helpful. But what I noticed was that even though I wasn't out riding for very long, my hands were getting numb. And one, of course, would think, okay, well, yeah, you're riding a VMAX. To some degree, you might be terrified. So you're probably holding on tight. You've probably got a death grip on the hand grips and on the throttle. But that wasn't the case because, again, I was an experienced rider and experienced with power, although not this powerful, but there wasn't anything about the bike that actually intimidated me or had me nervous or anything like that that would cause me to grip tighter than I had gripped before. So I started doing a little bit of troubleshooting, and of course one of the things that I had purchased before even getting the bike was all new equipment, because I mentioned before that I'd gotten rid of my my last motorcycle several years earlier and had given away all of my equipment because I just didn't anticipate ever riding again. So I had to start from scratch last year, and I had all of the equipment ready to go prior to getting the VMAX. And of course, equipment has changed over the years, and I took advantage of that. And just by the way, all of my riding gear is listed in the description below. And at some point I will do a video, kind of an overview of all of my riding gear. But anyway, so I started from scratch, bought everything new. And like I said, the technology has changed, riding gear has changed. So I went with some of the things that are offer a little more protection, such as the armor on the pants, the jacket, the gloves. And so long story short, it finally dawned on me that it was probably the gloves that were causing my problem. And I thought, okay, well, maybe these are a little bit tight. I normally wear medium. Maybe these are a little bit tight. So let me find another pair of gloves. But after inspecting these gloves a little bit further, and then actually wearing the gloves in the house, I decided, well, let's try that so we can rule out whether or not it's got anything to do with me, you know, having a tight grip or anything like that. So I put the gloves on in the house and realized, yeah, that was the problem. These were definitely a little bit too tight. So I ordered more, and in the meantime, while I was waiting for those to come in, I decided to just wear regular leather gloves that I wear for other uses, such as during the winter. And I put some gloves on that are well broken in, because that was one of my thoughts, was, well, maybe the gloves just aren't broken in. So as I was trying to wear the gloves around the house, they just didn't seem like that was going to help any. And a lot of it was because of the armor, the knuckle armor that is now on so many gloves, and they happen to be on the pair of gloves that I had purchased and was using. and that is like a rubber material. It's called TPU, thermoplastic polyurethane. It's kind of a cross between rubber and plastic, and there's got a little there. It has a little bit of give to it, but it's not anything that's going to stretch out over time. Oh, another speed limit sign. You're killing me. Slow it down. But anyway, so I realized that, yeah, this isn't like a typical glove or anything else that you wear that eventually would stretch out over time. This stuff is heavy duty and it's not going anywhere. So I decided to order another pair of gloves just like them, except one size larger. And long story short, that did the trick. So, but I can tell you that those reinforced knuckles, or the knuckle armor, that stuff is not going to stretch out, and it's not going to give. So, and there are different types of gloves, because I entertained that as well, something that wasn't quite as reinforced and had more rubber-like material behind it that looked like it might stretch a little bit more. But I decided to give the Joe Rocket Large a try, and it's been working out ever since, and I don't really have the problem with the numb hands anymore, because obviously those things were just pinching a nerve and causing some irritation, and there were times I just simply had to pull over. Unfortunately, I wasn't that far from home, but I just had to pull over because I just wasn't feeling anything when all that was happening. So that kind of took the fun out of it there for a little bit until I figured that out. But nonetheless, I just wanted to share that for those of you that are, struggling, or you get back into it and wonder, well, why are my hands numb? And if you've got the knuckle armor, that could very well be the issue. Or maybe the gloves themselves are just simply too tight. So if that's the case, try a different pair of gloves that you're used to wearing. Maybe not motorcycle gloves, but some other gloves that you can at least do some troubleshooting and find out if that's the problem. Now, that's not to suggest that hanging on too tight may not be a problem for you. Again, a lot of new riders potentially could experience that because they're just hanging on too tight. They're nervous or whatever, think that that's the way you need to hang on. As a golfer, I can relate to that, because when I first started playing the game of golf, I was putting a death grip on the club, and yeah, my hands were sore after playing golf or practicing. So you learn to grip it a little bit lighter, and everything works out fine, and you no longer have sore hands. But the same can be true with riding a motorcycle, so you just have to watch for that. But like I said, in my case, it was clearly the glove, so it can be an easy solution. But that's all I had. So for any new riders, or maybe riders coming back and getting new gear, be on the lookout for that. So hopefully you found this information useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like what I have on the channel, please subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you'll know every time I post a new video, which right now is every Friday morning at 5:30 a.m. Central Time. See you next time.